Yuefu are Chinese poems composed in a folk song style. The term originally literally meant music bureau, a reference to the imperial Chinese governmental organization originally charged with collecting or writing the lyrics. Later the term Yuefu was applied to later literary imitations or adaptations of the music bureau's poems. The use of fu in Yuefu is different from the other Chinese term fu that refers to a type of poetry or literature. Although homonyms in English, the other fu is a rhapsodic poetry, prose form of literature. The term Yuefu covers original folk songs, court imitations and versions by known poets, as opposed to what appears to be more of an authentic anonymous folk verse which was collected by the Music Bureau. Verse written deliberately in this style, or often by known authors, is often referred to as literary Yuefu. The lines of the Yuefu can be of uneven length, reflecting its origins as a type of fixed rhythm verse derived from now-lost folk ballad tunes. Although, later, the 5-character fixed line length became common. However, as a term of classification, Yuefu has a certain elusiveness when it comes to strict definition. Furthermore, the literary application of the term Yuefu in the modern sense of a classical form of poetry seems not to have had contemporary application until considerably after the end of the Han Dynasty, thus adding a certain historical ambiguity due to its use in this literary sense not having occurred until centuries after the actual development of this type of verse itself. The use of the term Yuefu to generically refer to this form of poetry does not seem to appear until the late 5th century CE. Origin: the word Yuefu came first into being in Qin Dynasty. Yu means music, fu means bureau. Put together, Yuefu means music bureau. Yuefu is particularly associated with the Han poetry of the Han Dynasty, and became a royal government-managed music involving collecting, writing or performing folk songs and ballads in 112 BC. Afterwards, people called poems composed in this folk song style Yuefu. Music Bureau Yuefu. The Yuefu poems of the Han Dynasty have been held in high regard over the history of Chinese poetry. The Han Yuefu tradition inherited the traditional realistic approach of the Shi Jing's feeling of funeral music, causes behind the affairs. Folk songs collected or written by the musical department in the Han Dynasty were typically done from the perspective of a certain set of personas, vividly and visually mirroring the perceived typical characters of people whose lives mirrored the different social roles which typified the society of the Han Dynasty. Literary Yuefu. Han Dynasty. During the last century or two of the Han Dynasty, the poets of the time were noted for writing literary Yuefu, that is, Yuefu inspired by or imitating the music bureau pieces. Jianan. During the Jianan period at the end of the Han Dynasty and into the Three Kingdoms period, Yuefu continued to be written, often the Yuefu appearing in Jianan poetry more personally emotional than the music bureau pieces. 6 Dynasties. During the 6 Dynasties era, a form of Yuefu using regular 5-character quatrains similar to the Jueju appears in the Midnight Songs poetry. New Yuefu. During the Tang Dynasty, certain poets wrote a series of new poems in great variety and profoundness, influenced by, even sometimes to the point of, recycling the old titles and themes of Yuefu of the Han Dynasty. The poets behind this new Yuefu style included many famous poets, such as Li Bai, Du Fu, Bai Juyi, and Yuan Zhen, who participated in the development of this new style and the creation of various individual poems inspired by and inspirational to it. The patterns of new Yuefu can be quite free and can take the form of 5 characters per line of the 7-character per line poems. However, the topics are often conventional, similar to the ballad tradition of the earlier Yuefu. Many of the Tang Yuefu are spoken in the voice of some persona, often that of a hunter, a peasant girl, or a soldier at the frontier. Similarly, the sub subjects and themes of the Tang Yuefu vary from simply providing song lyrics to engaging in social satire or criticism, literary exercise, lamentations at the departure of friends, attempts to visit not to be found hermits, unromantic love in relationship to singing girls, dances or other professional entertainers, or the feelings of for the ladies of the palace harems. Main compositions: in Han Dynasty, Mulberry by Road, Armed Escort, White Hair Intonation, Thinking is Being, The Old Soldier's Return, The Peacocks Fly to the South and the East, in Tang Dynasty, The Moon at the Fortified Pass by Li Bai, and the Songs of the Border genre.